Hey traders, Mark here. Welcome back. In this video we're going to discuss candlestick charts and why I believe candlestick charts rule. And I hope that once you see a few chart examples and I cover this in detail, you will agree with me that in fact candlestick charts do rule. Let's get started. Here's an example of a basic candlestick chart. One thing that I truly love about candlestick charts is you really can read each individual bar. You can see this, we can just start with this green bar. It's a large up green bar. There's a lot of energy in this bar. We would expect follow through on something like this, but what you always want to wait for is see what the next bar does. You can never just take one bar and draw a conclusion from just one bar. It's just one clue in a mountain of clues that come into a decision making for trading. And you can see this very next bar didn't really help us make a determination that this price is going to continue higher. And then in fact this bar here shows that buyers and sellers can't agree. The buyers wanted to push it up, the sellers wanted to bring it down, represented by this upper shadow. And then we get to here and you can see sellers actually win the battle. However, again, if you wait for the next bars, we have a lack of sellers present in these bars. Right? See this bar? I mean, we have price, it opened and closed at the same level, but it went as low as here. And then it went as high as here. Nobody's in control here. That's a question you need to be asking yourself in trading. Who is in control? Okay? So let's follow this down move here, right? We have a series of really strong down bars. Look what starts happening towards the bottom of this move. This bar here shows a smaller range than this bar. There's a lot of energy here. We would expect follow through, and we did get some on this bar. We got more on this bar. I mean, price went as low as here. When we got this bar, I want you to note the lower shadow and the small body. It's giving us a clue that we might have price rejection. Again, we need to wait. Well, what happens? Well, this bar is really small. It doesn't tell us anything. This is a good bar. So at this point, we would expect follow through to the upside. Well, look what happens. We move up, and we put in a nice upper shadow here. We get a small move down, but you don't see any big bodied bars in here. And then we start getting a nice up move. Well, gang, the up move really all started right here. We have this bar here, which showed us there could be price rejection, and then we saw buyers stepping in on these two bars. Okay, again, there were no large down red bars here. So this up move all started here, and then it picked up steam right here. See this? Picks up steam right here, and we get follow through. Let's look at another example. We can see that this chart prices are moving higher, correct? Yes. Where does it start? Well, we have a series of small bodied candles through here that aren't really telling us anything. And then all of a sudden, look, we get a large body candle followed by another large body candle followed by a medium-sized bodied candle. This tells us there are buyers present and to expect some follow through. At this point, we'd want to be very careful taking any trade to the downside. And we can follow price down here. It's just a retracement. We did get a large bodied candle to the downside with some follow through here. But look what followed. Small body bar gives us a clue that the sellers could be done. And then we want to see what happens next. Remember? We always want to see what the next bar does. Large bodied candle. Energy's back to the buy side here. So again, we expect follow through. We do get follow through here. Now we have energy to the downside. But then look what happens. The sellers are gone again. Gives us a clue that the sellers could be done again. And then now we're looking for a large bodied candle to the upside. Oh, here it is. And then we get nice follow through to the upside. And this move right here, it all started right in here. It's important to note. Let's look at another example. So notice how we have prices moving higher through here. We get a retracement. Then we have back to back. These are called hammer candles. Gang, I'm going to go into the specific names for candles later on in the course. But for now, just take my word that these are hammer candles. This is a clue that prices could be ready to move higher. We already know that we're in what I would call an uptrend. And now that we have potential price rejection on the move down, we would expect follow through. And we get it here. Okay, so now we have a small retracement. We do get a large bodied candle here showing energy to the sell side. Again, we want to see what happens next. Well, look what we have. Look at this series of small candles in here. The seller, there's no conviction on the sell side. In fact, look what happens next. Large bodied candle to the upside. And look at this follow through. Now we get up to here and we get a large upper shadow. You want to now be careful with your longs. You can see prices come down a little bit, then buyers step back in. You can see this lower shadow and we move higher. But when we get up here, we get more rejection. And now we just go sideways. And then we start breaking out to the downside. But these two upper shadows here and here were clues to be careful with the longs. This is what I love about candlestick charts, and I want you guys to love it too. I encourage you, pull up some charts and just start analyzing the candles like I just did here. Go back through, watch this video again, take notes, and then implement it. Get on your charting platform. I don't care what time frame you use. You can use a minute, you can use an hourly, you can use a tick chart, which I'll cover all that stuff here in the next video. But I just encourage you, go through this bar by bar. You will learn a lot. Okay, that's it for this video. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the different time frames that you can trade on charts.